Hello, my name is Barbara Hawk, and I'm a member of the 2013 Centennial Committee for the Borough of Laurel Springs, and I thank you very much for coming. Today we have the privilege of interviewing Dolly VanDooran McFadden, who will be telling us about her life in Laurel Springs. Okay, would you like to start off how you were born here and where you were born?
I was born in 1931 on Dr. Stone's maternity hospital. And Dr. Stone was the uncle of Dr. Brown, who was an orthopedic surgeon. And Stone Road is named after Dr. Stone.
Ah, right.
Now it's what? A Christian? I don't know what it is now. So from there I went over to my grandmother's house on Park Avenue. I don't know how old I was. I was quite young. And my mother and father and I and my sister for a while lived there until 1948. It was a big house. We had chickens and we had rabbits. And it was like a great big farm. And back of us was Mrs. Yates. And they had a cow and a pig. That's why probably everybody thought we were farmers over there. And I just had the great life. All the kids played together.
And your sister's name was?
Mildred.
Mildred.
Mm-hmm. Now she moved over with my aunt when she was 6 because we fought all the time. So she lived with my Aunt Mary, Mrs. Allen, until she was out of high school. And let's see, what did we do? We used to have picnics. I used to play up in the minister's yard, kick the can, and baseball. And we used to go down to Crystal Springs at Laurel Lake. They had a well there with a tin cup. You used to drink fresh water, and you could go down there and get watercress. It was fresh watercress.
Oh man!
And we used to walk all around the lake. Well, we used to swim in it too once in a while. And then I remember ice skating on it when it was safe. And from there on, we went to high school, we went to grammar school, we did,
And you went to grammar school at which grammar school? The one?
That's still there.
Road? Okay. And then what high school did you go to?
Regional.
Regional?
Camden County Region High School.
Okay.
Now my uncle, who was 97 when he died, he went to that grammar school too, with Dr. Mick.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And who were your neighbors besides Mrs. Yates?
There, I had O'Brien's on Park Avenue, and I had McEwen, that was a minister, and Howers, and Murphy's, they were on the other side of us, and Alexander's.
And who were your friends as you were growing up?
I had the O'Briens. They had five girls. And I had Carlton Howard, and I had Tommy Kitchen, and we just all, like they used to, just all get together and play. There was never you there and you there. Never any fights. I had one fight with the minister's daughter. I hit her in the eye. That's about all we did.
And then what kind of activities did you do?
We had picnics, we had clubs, we took hikes with our little lunches. We used to walk down to Clementon Park on the railroad tracks, especially when they had the Briar's Day with the tickets.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
No.
They used to give tickets out like that. They were 10 cents for a ride, and we used to take, well, my mother used to work up there at the kettle, and she used to give us great big stacks of them, and we'd go down there and go on the rides.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was nice.
And the biggest thing was the 4th of July.
Yes. What are your memories of 4th of July?
The 4th of July parade, putting my daughter and my son in it, and my brother in it, and the auxiliary having the snack bar over there.
The fire auxiliary?
Yeah, then we all used to go over early and try to get our chairs down so we could sit there and look at the General Bugle Corps and then the fireworks. That was the big thing in town. And then the firemen had a lot of things during the day for the kids to play games, and they had prizes. But Barb, things like that are not the way they are now.
Oh no, it's so changed.
It's a change.
That's why we're doing this, because there's too many there's too many old memories that we just forget about.
My daughter says, I wish my kids could be raised the way she was. because we lived next to Brisbane's too, and they had 7 kids. And then we had the people next door had 2, and I had 2, and then we had Gills had 2. And they used to get together for a great big baseball game all day long. But things are different now.
And how many children did you have?
I had 2.
And their names?
Paul and Kathleen. And my brother's name is Edward.
Edward.
Yeah.
Yes.
He lives in Arizona. He's a realtor. Actually, that's about it.
And what about the businesses in the center of
Oh
town?
gosh, there was a bank naturally. Next to the bank was a little bank, and all us kids, when we were little, about 12, we used to go and eat outside because we'd go in and open those little boxes to get our parents' mail. And then next to there was Joe, the shoemaker, and then we had Sam Altieri. He was a meat man, the butcher, and then we had the I can't think. I don't think it was Swartz. I think it was somebody before Swartz. The candy store before Artie.
Okay.
My mother, my grandmother, and grandfather used to own that.
Oh.
That's how they came down to Laurel Springs. Before my mother was married, and they used to own that, and they used to deliver ice cream in Guard Lake by horse.
Oh, okay.
You didn't think I remember all this stuff.
No, I think it's fabulous.
And next to the ice cream place was the hardware store, but I forget his name. And then we had, there were so many things that one, there was the 5 and 10, and I forget what else was there. This is before the
Copper Kettle.
Copper Kettle was below this.
Oh, okay.
My mother and Roselle Swartz used to run the 5 and 10.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess they finally closed it. And then this man bought the Copper Kettle, and then they had the fire, and his son was killed there.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he came out on the side, and his father went up to get him, and he went back in again.
Oh.
So then he sold it to my mother and father. That's when it was called the Copper Kettle.
And how many years did your mom and dad have it?
Oh God, I don't know. My kids were in grammar school the whole time. Because we used to let the kids come in for lunch. You never saw such bedlam in your life. All those kids coming in for hamburgers and sodas and french fries. But it was nice. And then next to them was, there was a barbershop, Metzger's barbershop down there too.
Okay.
And then we had the confectioner store, but I don't know who owned that.
No, I don't either. And how about the, like the goods store, Baker's store? That was on the end, but that was later, I think, yeah.
Baker's?
Baker's, yeah, they had sold fabric and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
I know
That was the last house by Tomlinson. Yeah.
I thought that was a dress shop.
Oh, dress shop. Oh, okay.
Foxhill strips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Foxhill.
Mrs. Foxhill.
Then she moved across the street next to the movie.
Right.
And then we go to the movie. They used to have a drugstore there. And then we used to go in there and get our candy before we get into the movie. But to get into the movie, it was 5 cents or 10 cents. Or you got a popsicle stick with a special, I think it was an arrow, and then you got it at movies for nothing if you hit a special stick. And they used to give you paychecks. They used to give you an envelope with money in. Oh, it was great. Yeah, we used to call it Bedbug Heaven.
Bedbug Heaven.
And then they had the amateur hour there. I won $1 once for singing Little Old Lady. And they used to give the movies dishes. I love those dishes. And that's what we did. We went to the movies, and we went to Clemson Park, walked down at Crystal Springs, and that's about what we did. We always made our own fun.
Yes, right.
And that was it.
And how about anything during the war? Any memories of, the war or people that, went to war?
Well, there was Schaefer's. I was married to one of the Schaefers, and I got a divorce. I don't know if that should be in there. And then there's Alexander. And there was only about 3 others from town.
Right, yeah.
They were in
Frederick was another one, yes.
And we used to collect iron and, and take it to the movies, and we got in for nothing if we took so much scrap metal up for the war. And we used to sell bonds, and we used to sell stamps. And it was just, the war was there.
Mm-hmm.
But we were in the middle. I mean, we weren't in the Second World War. Didn't bother us that much because we were too young.
Right, okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then what happened after that was the Korean War and all that stuff. So what else would you like to know?
How about any of the churches? Did you go to any
Just
of
the
the churches?
Presbyterian Church.
Yes, okay,
With Mr. McEwen was a minister there.
okay.
And we had Bible school. And we went to church, and we went to the choir practice. And we had our little picnics down at Huntington Park every year.
Yeah, it's been there so long. It's pretty cool. What kind of activities did the church do? Was there picnics and stuff,
There was
right?
a picnic once a year, and then we had the during the summer we had the Bible school.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all we had.
And how about who was the mayor when you were growing up?
I was Woodcocks or not.
Oh, okay.
I know he lived on April.
Beach? He lived on
Beach. Next,
yeah.
he lived on Beach.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
it must have been Woodcock.
Did you go do any at Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Girl Scouts. I had my daughter in Brownies. But I can't think of the woman's name who was in Girl Scouts. And she had a daughter named Catherine and Marion. I know that. And that's about it. And I was in Father and Son, and I was in a PTA, and I was in the fire company on the auxiliary.
Right. The auxiliary did a lot of stuff.
The firemen did a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We all had a close knit.
It was very nice, yeah.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything now. The younger people in town don't do things.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have a parade this year?
Yes, they did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Our pastor, Pastor Dave, was the Grand Marshal
Oh,
this year.
really?
Right, yeah.
Okay, what else would you like to
So,
know?
what's your favorite town memory? Anything that...
Parade,
Okay.
walking down to Clementon Park on the railroad tracks. They used to have speedboat racing down there too,
Oh, right.
Clementon Park.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what else. Oh, the Clementon Park Day. So we had the little briar tickets because we could get at all the rides. And that's about it. We didn't really have that much to do because we all made our own fun.
Yes, right.
And we weren't worried, or we weren't lonely. I mean, I won't tell you that girls didn't have clubs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd have a fight, and we'd break up the club, then we'd start another club with somebody else. And but that was about it. We had a great time.
I know. And how about the hotel on Law?
I remembered being there
Oh, okay.
before they tore it down,
Mm-hmm.
because Bryson used to live there.
Yes, he did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And but that's about the only one I remember.
Yes.
But we had all big houses there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who the other one was that had all the cats.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that. Hap mentioned that. That she lived across the street with all the cats.
But
yes.
I can't remember what her name was.
No, I can't off the top of my head either. No, yeah. How about the police department?
That's been there for ages and ages and ages. Well, you know Larry. I mean,
Yes.
he was so involved in the police department and the fire department. Then his son Larry was still involved with the police and the fire, and his two sons, Mark and Chris. They're in the. I think Chris is now.
Chief of Pine Hill.
Yeah, did he get it? I didn't know.
I
I
think
didn't
so.
talk to him
Mhm.
lately. So they have 5 grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
And the police departments have always been involved in town, always.
Right.
I mean, we had a great town. We still have a great town, except people do not communicate too good.
Do you have any favorite teachers that you had when you were in school?
I don't remember him. I just remember
Yeah.
my 8th grade teacher was Mrs. Fly.
Oh, okay.
I know we had to make our own 8th graduation dresses.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
The picture that's in one of the things with the calendars
Uh-huh.
is a picture of my class, and they were chintz. You know chintz?
Yes.
We had to make our own
And what
dresses.
class was that? What year?
1948,
48?
44. Yeah, Mildred graduated in 48 from 44 from high school. I graduated 44 from grammar school, 48 from high school, me. Then I went to nursing.
How about any business along the pike?
I remember Ciccoloni's, the bar.
Right.
Neelix, but that was up in Stratford. That wasn't on
Even
Laurel
though they
Springs.
lived in Laurel Springs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's about, it was empty. We didn't have that many businesses. I can't think of, in fact, that was one of the questions, and I could not think of any other businesses there.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that I even
Well,
remember. Yeah, other than the Mary Asper when they owned the pop station that was at the end of...
And that was?
Yeah, Fairmount, yeah.
That.
Yes,
Touch that.
you're not touching, yeah, that, yeah.
My glasses. That's about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you coming. We learn so much every time somebody comes.
Oh, I bet you do.
Oh, yeah, it's just terrific. Thank you.
Okay.